Hello, happy people. I hope you're having a great day today. Today we're taking a look at Via Con Diablo by Bryan Steele. Bryan C.P. Steele. He is a new writer that we're taking a look at. He is the fourth short story in my collection that we've been doing a deep dive into, The Weird Wild West, which I've been taking a look at each story in it. This short story is about 7 pages long. Didn't take me 15 minutes for me to knock it out. Bryan C.P. Steele doesn't have a Wikipedia page, but here is his bio in this book, which I will link for you in the comments below. Born in northern Indiana, just a few months after the original Star Wars, he grew up with a powerful imagination, working on award-winning projects with a number of different publishers over the years. He has input on several fan-favorite games, such as Iron Kingdoms, Traveler, Shadowrun, and RuneQuest. Bryan has also been fortunate enough to work with settings such as Conan, Babylon 5, Starship Troopers, and Judge Dredd over the years. His work has been featured as a bonus in Lauren Buick's Amazing School Zoo City. Bryan is the proud father of a young son, Connor, and a soon-to-be daughter, Nori, and so forth. Now, this was the 2015 collection, so this short story was written right then for this collection. Via Con Diablo, the 7-page long short story. I'm going to be giving this is more of a true proper horror Weird West short story, which is, I think, important for a number of reasons. Kim Newman said that most horror short stories in the Western tradition in the Weird West have two subgenres. The first subgenre is sort of a gothic western that combines elements of gothic horror like werewolves or zombies or vampires with a horror with an Old West setting. This is an Old West setting. It's set in the Southwest, and then you have the other type is a curse from a Native American, and this is not a curse short story. This is more of a gothic western with traditional horror elements too. In this case, it has a semblance to it, although it's less gothic western. So I appreciate what Steele's trying to do here, and trying to knock that out a little bit here and there. So anyway. So Steele is, I think a solid here. His writing here is fine. It's okay. But I'm only giving this a 6 out of 10. It didn't move me as much as some of the previous stories in this collection. It's flash. It's fancy. It's fun. But I wasn't moved. Its ending isn't something I didn't see coming or was projected to me. It reminds me, this short story's key concept is that our main character is hung in the first paragraph of the short story by a group of people. He's a criminal, he's an outlaw, he's not a nice person at all. And so he's our point of view character for the 7 pages. And then he believes he survives the hanging, but we'll find out more and more what the truth of the matter actually is. And bad stuff happens to him and the people around him. And that's the short story. So it's in the hung tradition of horror, like Ambrose Bierce's An Occurrence at Alcock Bridge, or one that we reviewed by Robert W. Chambers. And these short stories are much better. So this reminder, but he doesn't do, I think, as good of a job with the hanging opening paragraph or two. In the short story or people that are going to be hanging and things happen to him afterwards. So I don't think it's to his credit that his short story reminds me of those two. Although Chambers and Bierce are always the famous horror writers. Chambers with the yellow sign stuff and the King in Yellow. And then, Bierce, obviously, with his ton of things, and Occurrence at Alcock Bridge is a heavy, commonly read book in the English canon. That's a short story printed in literature textbooks. So, those two are both heavyweights. So being compared to a heavyweight isn't a bad thing, but I don't think he comes off across well. I'm only giving him a 6 out of 10 for that reason. So that is Via Con Diablo by Bryan Steele. Now, we are taking a deep dive into the Weird West because I watched the 4 seasons of the Wild Wild West. That combines spies, science fiction, Western settings, and steampunk all in one. And that was a lot of fun, and I've just continued to be obsessed with it. I've read comics, I've read short stories. I'm probably going to read a novel. I've watched more movies. I'm currently watching a serial starring Gene Autry. So we're doing a lot of some fun stuff. That's still taking a deep dive into it, from Legend, the TV show from UPN, to the Adventures of Bruce Campbell Jr. on Fox for season, and that sort of a thing. So that's kind of why we're doing a deep dive into the Weird West. It's just something I'm a lot of fun with. And remember, this channel is dedicated to reviews of horror, science fiction, and fantasy, and the Weird West is a genre that combines those three with the Old West. So it just makes sense for this channel. And then there you are. I'll go ahead and leave you to it. Have you read Bryan Steele's Via Con Diablo? If so, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, hey, why not hit that subscribe button? There'll be a lot more of these to follow. And finally, I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and investing it and watching my video. We all have so many things that are happening in our lives, and we're pulled in so many different directions. So once again, I appreciate the time that you spent with me. Thanks.